fuck. You know what? That's all right. Welcome everybody to the One Shot Killer Podcast. I'm your host, the Hardcore Icon, Brandon Scott Newton, with your co-host, the King of Bone Style, JoJo Valvano. Sir, how you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. How about you?
Well, I thought I had the intro set to do it. Fuck. There we go.
It's all good.
Thought I had it set to do its thing, and I was gonna get some wax ready. Look at that.
Yeet.
And so, but now that's all right. That's all right. We're starting a little early, but I will say, NXT was some damn good fucking shit, pal. All right,
Solid show.
bro. It was beyond solid. It was fantastic.
Here we go.
All right. Another reason why Tuesday nights may just be one of the best nights in wrestling history. All right,
You're
Joe.
crazy. You're crazy.
We started off with the women's promos, all that would be in the main event tonight. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, good brother. I wanted Miss Parker, Miss Parker, Miss Parker. You know,
And
Joe,
so
you
did
know
Orlando, brother. So did Orlando. They were cheering her the whole match.
Joe, you understand what we're talking about?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. And hey,
I'm
brothers, woo! God bless you. God bless you, brother.
I'm sad, man. I'm sad.
Now, bro, it's okay. It's okay, even though we didn't get no Miss Parker. All right, we got Joan Grace. Now,
And awful music.
I don't like that new theme song, bro. Tonight was the first night I actually got to really hear it. It sounds like shit compared to the old song.
Yeah. And she
But
told
do you
us
want some
apparently to like it.
Do you want some good news about TNA now?
Yes, sir. What's up?
So you know Abyss is like one of the writers for WWE.
Yes, I'm
He's
glad
gonna
you
be in
talked.
the
Yeah.
He's gonna be in the video game, and not only is Abyss in a WWE game, but he's coming out with his original TNA theme song. Janice is in the game, and
Yes.
Abyss is in the game, bro.
And he's also retired officially. He said on Fightful I seen today. So he's officially retired. It's crazy that he's in WWE, but he's like a producer or something. But hell yeah, man. He's one of my favorites.
And that's why I'm shocked he's in the game, because Abyss never wrestled for WWE. So the fact he's even there, bro, is just crazy.
I seen a thing that said that I guess in 2006 he apparently got pitched an idea to go wrestle the Undertaker against his streak, and I guess he said
he would have beat him at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because he was loyal to TNA, and I totally respect him for that. Like, he could have totally went and left the company, but he decided to stay with TNA, and I'm happy about that. He's a loyal dude, so it's good to see him in WWE.
Oh, absolutely, bro, absolutely.
And Janice.
And then see. Bro, hold on, wait. No, Jordynne. That's not true. Josh Briggs versus Trick Will. Yeah, I think it was Josh Briggs versus Trick Williams. All right, this was a great match.
It sucked. This was not good, bro. I knew Trick was gonna win. You know how we are. If it's predictable half the time, I could see right through this. I knew there was no chance. Josh Briggs
just because it's predictable doesn't mean it was a bad match.
Yes, I agree with you. That is true, but it still wasn't a good match. Trick Williams.
It wasn't Was it a bad match? Was it the worst shit you've ever seen?
It's not the worst shit I've ever seen, but it still wasn't a good match. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that was a great match. Like, no.
I didn't say it was a great match. I said it was a good match.
I know. I'm just saying myself. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say it was a great match. Like, it was. Trick to me, I knew was gonna win. He did. And what happened after I liked better, because then that's when Joe Hendry showed up and beat the shit out of him.
Attacked his ass.
Yeah, so I thought that was good. And they're going to fight at freaking TNA's pay-per-view.
Now, I agree. I don't like the fake Shield either.
Yeah, I didn't care much about what they were doing. Like, they just did promos. There's really nothing to it.
Are you a fan of the fake Shield?
No. I think their name is like freaking
Dark State.
Yeah, Dark State. They're doing nothing for me. Like, honestly.
All right, that's fine. See what happened next.
Javon Evans took on Taven, I believe his name was, with I think his name's Taven. Starts with a T, but
Oh,
he
yeah, No Quarter Catch Republic, bro.
yeah,
So
yeah. I
one,
don't know much
that
about
was
them.
that was a really solid match. And he's I believe, little brother of Gable Stevenson. But
Yeah.
that was a really good match that I enjoyed
I thought
until
this was better
Javon.
than first match.
Oh, 100%. And then Javon Evans, though, ended up getting his ass whooped by Jasper, bro. I mean, Jasper
Dude.
just straight up threw fucking Javon Evans like he wasn't shit, bro.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of like, when I seen him attack Javon and take him out, I was thinking in my head, all right, so he's not going after the world title. But then we seen later on the night, he attacked the one dude, um, Yoshi Nakamura, something like that.
Yeah, he's from Pro Wrestling Noah.
Yeah, he got completely destroyed by Jasper, and Jasper got in the face of Oba, and they just literally looked at each other, and they announced a match next week with those two guys. The winner will go to the Great American Bash to take on Obafemi for the World Championship. So that should
And
be cool.
bro, this is where I am so glad that Let's Fucking Go is actually doing something compared to Tough Enough. Because
Yeah,
though Jasper's relatively new to NXT, you look at the impact he's had in like 2 or 3 weeks. It's fucking incredible, bro. And
he
to
looks
now
like a
get
big name.
absolutely, and to get another chance already at
Yeah,
Obafemi, honestly, to me, that made me the happiest because, one of the things I'd get disappointed in Tough Enough is I'd watch the whole fucking show, get behind the winner, and then they go on to never do dick.
yeah, I totally agree. Another thing I liked about the show, not so much this match because it was kind of fast. Ricky won a match. He defeated his opponent. I think it was Ashante.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Ashante B. Adonis.
Yeah, he defeated him, and then Ethan Page would just completely. Well, at first he was on the Tron, thinking he
Yeah,
was
and then his
thinking he
Tron
wasn't
fucks
there.
up,
Then
and then he
yeah,
smacks him with the belt.
yeah. So I think it was all planned, but then he attacked him, took out him with his own. He put his finisher. He did his finisher on him. Literally picked this dude up and slammed him. I was like,
Yeah.
damn. So Ava announced later on in the show that they're gonna come to their office next week, to Ava's office, and they're gonna figure this out, and hopefully maybe it's like a steel cage or something like that to end this feud, because I feel like these guys have been feuding for a bit. So
And I'd honestly really dig that. So I'm hoping so, bro. And I do
or
agree with you,
street fight.
Jordan. Ricky Saints is a damn good wrestler. Um, but no, I would say honestly, like even Joe, so far he's only hated one thing on the show. But don't worry, we got the rest of it. And because, bro, then we get into the Don, all right? And Luca, that fucking piece of shit, bro, smacked the Don with this like metal box and cost him
He
the
did
match
it.
against Channing Stacks Lorenzo. He did
He
it
did it
on
on
purpose, bro.
purpose. Yeah, bro, I seen
And
it.
then Tony punched him in his fucking shit, bro.
He's like, I don't trust you. I don't trust him. And he's like, bop. So like honestly, I see what you mean now. The dude is gonna turn on him because that was so obvious. It's literally he looked, ugh, and then still did it. I'm like, can you made it that look like a little bit more not obvious? Like you looked right at the dude and did it.
True, but
But it was
honestly,
still a good
bro,
segment. Like I enjoyed the match because it was for the cup, I believe, and that's what
yep.
screwed him up. And Stocks won that, so he's got the trophy, and he's almost got the whole group. Basically,
And bro, I gotta say, it's kind of fucked up, but the Don did it to himself.
I still like Tony. He's one of my favorites. The dude
Oh,
is very
I
good.
love Tony too, but he got soft, bro.
Yeah, I feel like he's better as a heel than going as a
Yeah,
face. I feel like when you're a face, it's like you only go so far, and then like people leave you because you're too soft in a way.
and that's where, bro, it's lonely at the top.
Yeah, it is, man. But honestly, like going back to because Obafemi did talk, and he basically said that he's beaten everybody and he was calling out anybody. He's like, I want someone, like, come on out here. And that's when the one dude went out there, and I just didn't care much about this. Like, I feel
I
like
think that's
Oba's for
because you
sure
don't
gonna
know
retain.
who it is. I
It's
think
just
it's because you don't know who it is. You've never seen him wrestle.
I have. I've seen he wrestled with Josh. That was his tag team partner. I'm not a fan of him. Like, he's a good wrestler, but there's nothing else really to it. And I know Oba's
Bro,
gonna beat him.
well, yeah, but dude, there's no one else on the roster that's going to beat Obafemi right now.
Maybe Jasper. I don't know. He's being
Maybe,
built up.
but all I can say as of right now, there's nobody that could arguably actually beat Obafemi. And so that's
True.
the one problem here. And that's why I will say the men's division in NXT, you know, it's great to have your young guys, but you got to have some vets in there. And I
Yeah.
think there's not enough vets in NXT. But anyhow, going a little further, bro, Izzy Dame coming up to Tatum Paxley and giving her a new doll and even telling her, hey, you should come out there with me tonight. And you see Tatum Paxley getting all excited because this crazy little gremlin made a new friend. And then you got Zarya and Solruka coming up and saying, hey, don't trust this bitch. And then Izzy Dame's like, nah, fuck you. Zarya, why don't you go share your title with your best friend?
Dude, that part was great. When she said that, that's gonna be a leading to the heel turn to Zarya. I'm telling
Oh,
you, bro. When she said
100.
that line was on purpose. Like, that's gonna be good. But when she said that, damn, I like Izzy. Like, I'm a fan of her.
Me too. And
Isn't that
now, as
Braun
far as
Breaker's
jump,
girl?
yes, it is.
Okay, I thought so.
Do you know he smashed Izzy Dame and Cora Jade?
Wild dude.
I'm just. That's that
That's
dog, bro.
Braun Breaker's a
And
beast, bro.
just ask
Not
them
just because
women.
of
They
that
know.
either.
They know what kind of beast he is. Bro, imagine John Cena going to NXT, dissing NXT, and challenging Joe Hendry. I
I
want
would
something
love that.
different like that.
I would
Bro,
love
if we
that.
got John Cena versus Joe Hendry, that would be so good.
I've been wanting that. Like, and now John's a heel and Joe's a babyface, and he's on WWE at times. Like, they can just do a
Well,
one-off.
Joe Hendry's been wanting it.
Yeah, this needs
Joe
to
Hendry
happen.
wanted it before he ever won a TNA title.
Yeah, this needs to happen, bro. Just once. Just give us once. Just please. But he was on the
I
show tonight, and he did have a promo after too, and he basically said he's gonna win back that title and take it back to
and bro,
TNA.
he should have never lost it.
Yeah. He also has Wesley next week. And that was another thing. Trick Williams was pissed off because he was backstage and Wesley was there, and he's like, bro, I'll take care of Joe next week. And that's when Trick's like, yeah, you take care of him next week. All you guys take care of him next week.
Yeah. And bro, I'd
Wesley's
like to
like,
see
yeah,
that happen. I'd like to see that happen. But you know what? Joe Hendry is going to beat their asses. And if
yes,
he
sir.
needs to bring TNA, he will bring TNA to get back that TNA title.
You know who
Dude,
he's gonna bring?
why aren't they doing this shit at Survivor Series?
I don't know.
Like,
Team
imagine
TNA versus
TNA.
Team WWE.
Right, imagine TNA invading NXT.
They could do it, bro. They could do it. It would be something awesome. And it's a freaking Worlds Collide type show. So do that. That would be something. That would be
Jordynne, I
something.
gotta admit, you sound a lot like Joseph. I miss the old school NXT Championship belt. That was the best.
I agree. See, Jordynne's probably Jordynne. Question: did you watch NXT from 2015 to like from then? Because that was because I did watch
2015 to 2020.
yeah, like that was my time zone ish for NXT. No, 2010 is when they had the game show for it, and I'll be honest, I watched it. I
I
did.
watched it.
But then I started to get away from it, and then I came back to it. And the first show I watched of NXT
So,
was the one with Kevin Owens turning on Sammy. That was the first one I seen live, and I was in love with it ever since then.
So I remember the game show NXT. I seen Our Evolution, but I still didn't watch NXT week to week. I didn't start watching NXT week to week until Drew McIntyre had just dropped the NXT title, I believe, to Cole. I think it was Cole.
Andrade, actually. I think it was
Andrade.
Andrade. Yeah, see,
Well,
I'm telling you, bro.
it was right. It was right when because Drew was the babyface, he gets
Yep.
hurt, and then
Yep.
when instead of going back to NXT, he went to the main roster.
Yeah, that was Andrade he beat or he lost to. But like that time was the best time, bro. Like even the week shows were great. Now the pay-per-views, the mini pay-per-views, whatever you want to call it, takeovers, those were
Yep.
must see every single one. I felt like I'm like, what am I gonna see one that's not like the
Good.
greatest, but yeah, or even great or good, but like I feel like it started getting like 2020 is when I really the last good
Slowed
one
down.
was New Orleans, or no, the last good one was Portland, and that was before the pandemic shit happened and all that. Like that was right then and there. That was the
I would
final
say
one.
the last good one was that War Games they did, where it was Black and Gold NXT versus the new
Oh yeah,
coming 2.0.
I like that
That
one
was the
too.
last one I really enjoyed.
In the
And I
House was
will
good
say,
as well.
and one thing I will say about takeovers, Joe, even though I had to go back to watch a lot of them, there was a lot of takeovers that I can argue with you that may have been better than say WrestleMania even itself that year.
Oh, I'll totally agree, bro. They were 100 like the 2018 NXT from with the first ever North American title ladder match. That was epic. You had
Do
Adam
you know what's
Cole
crazy about that?
the
I thought
entire.
we were watching the future of that match. Ricochet had just debuted. Now, not one guy that was in that
It's in this
match is in the
company.
company.
It's wild. Like that whole pay per view was epic. You got Gargano versus Champa in the main event. You got Roddy Strong joining up with the Undisputed Era and beginning that whole entire. Dude, I watched all of this live, like live, from that first since Kevin Owens turned on Sammy. Every one of those I watched on Wednesdays because NXT was on Wednesdays at the time. Every Saturday it was on, or Friday, whatever pay per view it was on, but maybe it was Sunday. But every time NXT Takeover was on, I've watched it. I never missed any of them up until the Portland from 2020, and then I slowly just died from it, basically. But
100%, bro.
great
And
times.
yeah, LA Knight was never NXT champion, nor Damian Priest. And LA Knight honestly hasn't done shit either on the main. See, now that's a guy. Look, Joe, you may never be happy with this decision, but if I could send one guy to NXT during the draft, it might be LA Knight.
If it gets him a world championship over there and doing something good, then do it, man. Better than sitting there being a freaking mid carder. He's not a mid carder. He's a world
Oh, I know.
champion.
To me, he's too damn good to be wasted the way he is. That's just my
Eli
opinion.
Drake is 1,000 times better than LA Knight. I said
Oh,
it.
100%.
Dummy. Yeah.
100%. Except that
Dummy.
match he had
Yeah.
with who was the dick guy? Joey
Joey.
Rock. Yeah, he had a
That was
match where he
so.
grabbed Joey's dick and Joey grabbed his dick.
Shit so bad. No wonder wrestling gets made fun of. Shit like that.
Well, Joe, I don't know. It looked like he really grabbed his dick,
That
but
shit was bad.
see,
But we got to talk about the main event of this show, which was Jada Parker versus
yeet.
Izzy versus
Which did you
Lash
hear the
Legend.
pop for Jada Parker?
That's why she should have won. This is what I mean. When people are over, you go with it. You don't go with the other person because they're like, yes, I love Jordynne Grace. She's awesome, but she's new. Jada Parker has been doing this a lot more here. So I just, wrong winner. I love Jordynne Grace. I hate her theme song, and I'll just straight up say it, I do. But
But it was a good match,
it
though.
was a great match. Like, these four women kicked ass, bro. Like, this
The
was
only thing I didn't
excellent.
like was Zarya and Solruka coming to grab Tatum Paxley.
Yeah, I thought that was stupid. And then Izzy's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like,
What
"Worry
the
about the
fuck?
match. Worry about the match."
But
And
bro,
then like,
and the only other thing I didn't like about the match was that Jada Parker, the one we all wanted to win,
gets
Miss Big
pinned.
Booty Parker, lost.
She gets pinned, bro. She didn't just lose. She was the person that lost. Izzy could have took this loss and been fine. Lash Legend could have took this pin and been fine. Jada Parker is over as hell and should not be getting pinned. Like the minute I seen her do that move to Jada, I was like 1, 2, 3, it's over. And like I said, I love Jordynne Grace, one of my favorites from TNA. She's gonna be a future women's champion. Now I'm sure she's gonna be the one to beat JC. But I wanted
Jordan,
Jada Parker. Like,
Jordan, are you at least a fan of Jada Parker? Do you know about Miss Parker, Miss Parker, Miss
that
Parker?
crowd was wanting her, bro. Every time she was kicking moves, doing stuff, they were going, yeah, and she got attacked. Boo.
No, she did this one move, bro, that brought back the
From Booker.
ah.
He
And
was
I was
going
like, oh
crazy. He's like, go,
yeah.
do it. Hitting her with her ass. I'm like, oh my god.
Bro, I've missed that. We have not heard the acts since before Stephanie Vakir left. And
Well, now you
so
got
we
it back
needed
with
that.
Jada Parker. Booker's funny, but sometimes he has his moments. There's too much.
Bro, this is where I love Booker T on commentary. And I already knew from the get go, the minute the NXT started, and we heard, yeah, I like it. I was like, yeah.
So, how do we feel about Jordynne Grace versus JCJ for the NXT Women's Championship at Evolution? Does
If
Jordynne win the
Jordan Grace
title?
does, if Jordan Grace does not win, someone fucked up.
But then Mariah or Ashley basically got, or no,
Blake
not Ashley,
Monroe.
Blake.
Ash
I said
by
Blake.
Elegance is delicious and on TNA. All
Wrong
right.
name, Blake, whatever.
Blake Monroe, bro.
She got her ass beat last week, so wouldn't that make her the number one to go after Jay? I don't know. This is why I
No,
kind of
bro,
wouldn't have done
no.
that.
Bro, listen to me. I love Mariah May. Love that she's in NXT, but she does not need the women's championship. It should have went to Miss Parker.
Well, neither
But
does
the
Jordynne
fact,
Grace, brother.
and see the thing is I'm not mad that Jordan Grace won. I like Jordan Grace, but if you had to tell me, Brandon, choose Jordan Grace or Jada Parker, who do you think I'm choosing?
But I want to give you reasons because I know the reasons why you're. I know.
But do you know, Joe? Do you
I
know the
know.
big? Do you know the big reason?
Yes, I know the big reason, Booker. All right, I know. But seriously, we got to think serious, man. Miss Parker is great.
I know,
She's got a
bro.
lot of
That's what I'm talking
assets
about. Her
for herself.
her in ring ability. She's over with the fans. She can cut a promo. I don't know what you were thinking about, but I'm telling you that I think she is going to be somebody.
I really hope, bro. They need to keep her on NXT for a couple more months and let her win that title. Like, cause
Facts.
she's already she's a baby face to me. She's not a heel. Like the crowd
And
loves her.
when Trick Williams joins WWE Raw or SmackDown, will WWE make the new Hurt Business? No.
No. I forgot that
I
Trick wasn't even TNA. I thought he was TNA for a second. He's NXT. He's
No,
just
he's
holding the title.
NXT. He's just holding the title. But bro, when
I
it's
forgot.
time for Trick and A to come up to the main roster, bro, he's going to be somebody.
Mike Santana is taking that title from Trick. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be
Bro,
Joe Hendry.
fuck Mike Santana. Mike
Joe
Santana
Hendry
is
isn't winning.
mid, a jobber.
No, he's not. And actually,
Bro,
I can't wait for TNA
bro,
because I get to see the debuting Cedric Alexander.
bro, who cares?
I care, man.
He made the wrong choice. He should have went to AEW.
Maybe, but still, him. I seen a photo of him confronting Ali, and I do believe that's this Thursday's taping. So I'm excited for that. Ali versus Cedric. Yeah, take me back to freaking 205 days, or even
Bro, there was a reason no one watched 205 Live and they canceled that show.
cruiserweights. All right, whatever. It was the cruiserweights still too. This is gonna be a
All I
great
hear,
match.
Joe, all I hear is the losers that nobody watched.
Fuck out of here, man.
Like, Joe,
Cedric
I'm
is
being honest.
great.
Listen to me, listen to me. I've never watched an episode of Main Event. I've never
Me
watched an
either.
episode of Superstars. I've never watched an episode of 205 Live. Never watched an episode of NXT UK. Like,
I bet you
I'm
watch
good.
Speed. You're all about Speed, right?
Oh no, I've never seen Speed either. I never watched Mixed Match Challenge.
What about Bree and Bella or Bree and Nikki's show? It's all about you
Oh,
too.
Total Divas and Total Bellas. I watched that. Ms. and Mrs. watched that. I wanted to see Bianca Belair and Montez Ford's TV show, but I never got to. Um,
That's good though. But yeah,
but yeah, I can't believe I just told you I watched all the WWE reality TV shows and never
and you're
seen.
telling me NXT UK ain't good. That's crazy.
I've never watched it.
You should have though. NXT. That's where Tony Storm came from.
Really?
She was on NXT UK.
What the
I don't know if
fuck?
that's exactly where she came from, but I know I've seen her in the NXT Black and Gold times. Like she'll be in the crowd, and they said NXT UK because I believe she had the title. I think at the time,
Like,
yeah, because she was with
like,
Dewdrop or not Dewdrop, freaking Dewdrop,
Piper Niven.
Piper Niven, and that's where I
Yeah,
also
bro.
seen her the first time.
I never seen Dewdrop until she debuted on the main roster. But
My bad.
no, she was called Dewdrop.
Yeah, it
But
was awful.
I honestly think it's because Vince had fun making fun of fat people. And if you don't believe me, just look at Nia Jax and Big Bronson Reed alone. But nevertheless, um, uh, I can honestly say, bro, I missed all the NXT UK. There's a lot of fans out there that will tell you, "Oh, it was so good, it was so good." I never watched.
One thing, bro, I I need your thoughts because okay, so I watched over this segment from last night.
Okay.
Karrion Kross, bro, he posted saying thanks the internet fans and thanks all of us for basically giving him this push and getting him on TV because basically we did like us
Pretty
cheering
much
for
he,
him.
yeah, pretty much he's saying without you, he would
He
not
wouldn't be
have got
here.
a match on Saturday night's main event.
Or Saturday, it's not Saturday night's main event. It's Saturday. It's freaking Night of Champions, Saudi.
Oh, I
But
thought he was at Saturday night's main event.
no, but that's this Saturday is the Night of Champions, and he'll be facing Sammy. I love Sammy, but Sammy has to lose. If he
But bro,
doesn't,
and I really hate these fans. How? How the fuck do we get Karrion Kross a TV match? Our truth is job back. Cody Rhodes the WrestleMania main event. But we haven't got Jey Uso his title back.
no Jey Uso. I'm getting what I wanted. Cody versus Randy on Saturday. That's the match I want to see over or Jey versus Randy. I wonder who
Joe,
would win that match.
I would have rather seen Jey versus Randy and Jey win.
Bro, Jey Uso is great. Tag team guy, one of the best. He ain't
Oh, hold
world
on, wait.
champion.
There's two skaters trying to bite my Peter.
There's two what?
Shoot. There's two skeeters flying around mosquitoes.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, sick.
Yeah, I said there's a skeeter trying to bite my Peter.
No, but honestly, man, Randy Cody's the better match and the better story.
Well,
So
if we
get with
put it
it.
down the ground.
Cody Rhodes will win. I agree, Jordynne. He will.
All right, my bad. I'm having her close the garage because all these mosquitoes are getting in here, and if they start biting me, I'm gonna start bitching.
Kevin Owens has
And
NXT Championship belt. I agree. When he was NXT champion, Jordynne, that was one of my favorite times of NXT.
Cody
Kevin
Rhodes will
Owens.
win. What? No, I want Randy to win.
Randy's not winning, bro. We're not getting Randy Cena 2, which I wouldn't mind that. It'd be decent, it'd be good, but Cody Cena is gonna happen, and Cena's gonna retain. I just don't see Cody winning. But did
And
you see
Karrion
that
Cross.
Cody? What are you gonna say?
Oh, I was reading Jordan's comment. Thank God you finally got a match. Facts. But bro, what were you saying about Cody?
I agree with the thank God Karrion Cross got a match, to be honest. But I was talking about the I think it was.
You said Cody Rhodes.
Cody's. Yeah, hold on. Give me a second.
I said I wanted Randy to beat him.
I think I was talking about like the story that I wanted Cody and Randy for the story in this, and Cody and
and
Cena.
you wanted him. Yeah, Cody and John.
Yeah, okay. Cody and John at SummerSlam. Cena's gonna retain. Like, I just don't see Cody winning. But I did see Cody talks about that. I guess his face turn is basically up soon. Like, I think he's basically gonna turn heel. I don't know if you've seen that, but I posted it.
I don't like that, bro. I thought it was so stupid. You don't announce that, bro. This is why wrestling is not good anymore because you can't leave shit as a surprise.
Just turn when you turn. I'd rather have just seen that, but like, I do think he
Like,
needs to turn.
one of the dumbest things I thought he ever said in AEW, I'll never turn. I'll never turn.
I hated that.
Bro, you don't got to talk about it being a fucking turn, you motherfucker.
And you should want to turn. Why do you want to be the same character at the same time? I want to be different every time. Maybe 5 years be a heel.
Maybe it's because he wanted to be John Cena.
Yeah, well, I know he
Joe,
did.
think about this. Imagine if Cody Rhodes had won the AEW title. Let's honestly, he would have never came back to WWE.
Yeah. The only reason he came back, honestly, was because he got basically outshined by a lot of talent. Let's be real, bro. There was Punks there. There was Daniels. There was Adam Cole. Malachi. He was never going to be the guy there.
And because he wasn't the guy, he said, "Fuck you guys," and left.
But can I be honest? John Cena and Cody feuding again. John Cena's gonna freaking murder him. He's at his best right now as a heel, bro. I don't know if Cody's gonna be able to keep up if they do a second match for SummerSlam because we're gonna have a lot of build, and I feel like Cena's gonna milk him on that freaking mic. Like, Cody might get some good lines, but I doubt it.
I mean, 100%. And John Cena will always bury Cody Rhodes on the mic. But in the ring, Cody Rhodes can out wrestle John Cena.
For sure.
And now, honestly, if he loses at SummerSlam, that's fine. But I would say, all right, let's get to December, Joe. It's John Cena's last match. Who do you think on the roster could really beat the 17-time champion and make it look good?
Maybe Seth Rollins.
I wouldn't mind Rollins.
Seth, Punk. I really want Punk to be his final opponent. That's why I kind of wish Punk and Cena was being built for SummerSlam instead of Night of Champions.
Because, I'm fully convinced John's not dropping the title till the end of the year. So now, all right, then you got to ask yourself, okay, if John holds the title to the end of the year, Joe, who at the end of the year is good enough to win that title?
LA Knight. We want that match. That's a match right there. LA Knight, John Cena. He's on or if he's still on SmackDown at the time, I would do that. Knight versus Cena, and Knight wins. He puts over the future and John Cena turns face or something like that for like the next month, and then he finally retires. But I would do it at Survivor Series. I wouldn't do this at his last match. This would be Survivor Series, and then 1 month of Cena as a babyface, getting that redemption, and then boom. Or something like that. Maybe he keeps the title the whole time. Who knows?
I'm thinking, bro, he keeps the title the whole time. And I wouldn't do this redemption arc. I mean, I know it's crazy. You're gonna retire the #1 babyface as a heel, but that's exactly what I would do.
I wouldn't hate it. I just personally want to get that redemption final. Like, I want him to see that he did bad and try to remake up for it for like a month, and then boom, retire.
Yeah, but Joe, the only thing I mean, honestly, yeah, and it's not all John's fault. But literally, if you did that, to me, you ruined this heel turn. Because so far, the best thing about this heel turn has been the CM Punk promo.
Yeah, everything else was kind of a miss.
Mid.
Like, honestly, bro. Randy and Cena was alright. Cena and R-Truth had its moments. Cena and Truth had its moments. And then now we got Punk. Like, I wanted this for SummerSlam or the last match. Because, like, that is the best feud of John Cena. It's CM Punk. Like, those are the
100%.
best. Nobody, like, of the 3 guys that have the best feud with John Cena, it's CM Punk, it's Edge, and it's Randy Orton. Those are my 3 top favorite feuds. Even if Orton and Cena didn't deliver in the ring, it was still a good story.
And that's where I'm kind of frustrated. We'll never get Edge versus John Cena one more time.
I really wanted that. I really wanted that.
Me too. And John Cena versus LA Knight. Yeah. It's gotta happen.
I agree, man.
Bro,
and Joe Hendry.
What if LA Knight at the end of the year was the guy to beat John?
I'd be fine with it, bro. But we also gotta have a Joe Hendry versus Cena. Cena will win, obviously, but we have to have the match. That's a match for sure.
Do you know the only thing that sucks? So Randy lost to John, even though you can argue, well, Randy didn't really lose to John because he had John beat if it wasn't for Truth. Randy beat Joe Hendry in 3 minutes at WrestleMania. So let's say Joe Hendry goes 15 minutes with John Cena and still loses. It still means that he still looks better in that match than he did against Randy. And Randy lost to Cena.
I totally agree, brother. I totally agree. But what would you rate NXT tonight?
Solid 3 out of 5. Like I said, it was a good show. I really enjoyed it. There were some things that were kind of mid, but I mean, overall, it was not the worst. Like, it was not the worst show of the week. I would honestly still tell you the worst show of the week is probably SmackDown.
Yeah, I hope those 2 hours come back soon. We don't need 3 hours of SmackDown. But hopefully AEW delivers tomorrow because I believe the card... What is... Oh, Kota Ibushi. He's going to be on the show.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I guess he showed up on Saturday to beat up Okada because I guess they were talking shit about Kenny. So he came to the aid. And then tomorrow he'll be on the show to take on, I believe, one of the Trent Beretta, I think it is.
Well, hell yeah, that could be really good.
Yeah, so that match I know, and then that's about it. Oh, also, though, they announced the Casino women's and men match for All In. So they're going to be doing 2 matches of those. So that should be interesting.
See, now this is where NXT is going to, I mean, not NXT, AEW is going to frustrate me. The show's either going to be really good or really awful.
I don't know if I would put 2 of those matches. They're the same match, and, like, that's a... I don't know if I'd put both of them. Maybe one on the pre-show and then one on the main show, but they're both on the main show. So you've got those 2 matches, plus Hangman and Mox, Tony and Mercedes, Okada and Kenny, and then there's something else I'm missing. That's 5 matches right now. There's something else I'm missing. There's another match, I'm sure, but so far 5 matches for All In, and I just feel like the build hasn't been the greatest either, at all. Like, I just feel like they're rushing to this now because it's literally like 2 weeks away.
Well, bro, I told you the build was going to be ass, but the pay-per-view was going to be a banger.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be a great show. Do more making this exciting, like with the build. Like, there's some matches that got me excited, but it's just these, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's a good show tomorrow.
True, but overall, honestly, I was really happy with NXT. I don't know how I feel about AEW tomorrow, but we shall see. And y'all noticed John Cena wrestle against Bobby Lashley just once in 2007?
That was a good match. That was American Bash, I believe, 07. That was a good match.
They've never faced each other since?
Yeah, I don't think so. Not that I remember, because Bobby left after that. And Cena
but yeah, but then he came back in like 2018.
But Cena was already almost gone. They might have, but it wasn't like a one-on-one. I don't think so. I really don't. I don't know.
And yeah, we can't get Owens versus Cena.
Damn, I wanted that. We need AJ versus Cena. You don't want to give me Kevin
100%.
Give me AJ and Cena. It has to happen.
And bro, I would have, and yeah, we'll never get another Lesnar versus Cena, and I don't know if we'll get Roman versus Cena.
I wanted another Wyatt versus Cena, but unfortunately.
True.
That I know that has some bad history with Bray losing, but they still had some good matches and some good stories, especially the Fiend and Cena. That Firefly Funhouse, I'll always enjoy that.
Damn, that was their last match too.
Yep, and it was a WrestleMania. AJ versus Cena will be up there.
Like, bro, Cena versus AJ or Cena versus Seth? Which match would you rather see?
AJ and Cena. I thought Seth versus Cena at SummerSlam 2015 was so freaking good, like so freaking good. But AJ.
True, I just wish. You know, that year was a match I wanted John to win.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly can say when you go back to Seth, because ain't that when he wore the white and yellow gear?
Yep. And Jon Stewart screwed over Cena.
Yeah, see, I didn't like that, bro. I'm just going to be honest.
AJ and Cena was that was a legendary match. Like, though, John Cena can wrestle. No one's going to tell me otherwise, because he made it with AJ.
Wait, then who did John Cena beat? Who did John Cena beat to become 16? I just thought about that.
It was AJ. I think that was the Royal Rumble, 2017 Royal Rumble. Yeah, it was.
And then
because in 17.
Damn, it took him that long to get to 17.
About 8 years almost. Damn.
Yeah, like that's fucking crazy, bro.
Well, respect to him, bro. We're about to lose him within 6 months.
But it's okay, because now our most amount of championships go to Charlotte Flair. Woo! Woo!
I still can't believe she said Chicago sucks. She just said that because they're real fans.
Bro.
And they wouldn't let her talk, bro.
I think, Charlotte Flair has never been exactly over. And I think she's just jelly about that.
Especially Chicago, bro. They don't care.
Oh, no, they don't give a fuck.
They will boo you. They'll boo a freaking Santa Claus if they see him.
But I can't believe Abyss is officially retired, bro.
I'm happy that he's doing good, though. He killed it in TNA those days. That was a lot of reasons why I watched. Him and freaking Janet just stabbing that shit into people's face. I'm like, holy fuck.
Oh, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. Did you see that they are talking about putting the tag titles on Roxanne and Raquel?
Yeah, I seen that. And I also seen, speaking of tag team titles for the women, AEW is thinking about doing it too, and I'm not a fan of it.
Me
You
neither.
see how the
And then
WWE
Chad
does
Gable's
it.
been.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, but well, you got to remember AEW is not WWE. They suck at booking wrestling.
Well, I mean, like, look at
But now,
WWE though. They're doing the same thing with their titles. Awful. They don't know how to book it.
oh yeah, I'd agree. The women's tag titles are trash, but it's a good idea on paper.
Yeah.
Just the problem is you have too many titles and they never really get showcased.
Way too many, brother. But you
And
were gonna
that,
mention
bro.
Chad Gable.
So yeah, he's been wrestling injured. And it looks like the Penta segment backstage was a way to write him off TV.
Damn. Damn.
And
Another
and
favorite.
then John Cena has said that he loves WWE more than he loves Hollywood, and if it wasn't for the fact of his body being so beaten down, and the fact that he can't move like he used to, and he'll never be able to lift like he used to, he would keep doing this, because the WWE truly does have his heart, but however, he's just too old to keep going.
Yeah, man. He even said like basically like he'll pick wrestling over movies, and he don't care if that screws him out of being in a movie or anything. He says like this is how he feels, and I respect the dude. Like John Cena will always be one of my favorites,
Like,
even if
bro,
he buried people, I still think he's great.
I think you know another reason why I haven't really cared about this last run with John Cena.
Why?
John Cena has honestly been gone since 2018. John Cena, he's came back at little points here and there, but I'm talking about our John Cena, bro, has
Yeah,
been gone since 2018. And so to me, if I was honestly John, I would have retired a few years ago.
yeah. Truthfully, I agree. I'm just glad we get the final
And
run, and he's a heel.
me too, but it's just like being honest, bro. Name me one John Cena match after the year 2018 that you have to go back and watch.
I can't.
Like the last big thing I can honestly remember John doing that I was a fan of uh, was WrestleMania 33. And he proposed to Nikki and shit like that. And I mean, we all seen how it played out, but that was honestly the last time I can really remember John Cena being John Cena.
His
If
promos
that
though,
makes sense.
he's excellent.
Oh
Everything
yeah,
about when
dude,
he
on
talks.
on the mic, John Cena's untouchable.
Yeah.
You know what I
Even
mean?
older
On the
now,
mic,
bro.
John's untouchable.
Even
But I'm talking
older.
about in the ring, bro.
Yeah, in the ring it's
Oh,
over.
absolutely. In the ring, it's over. And I guess that's what I'm saying. Since 2018, I feel like his in ring days have really been over.
But he can just talk, bro. If that's all he did, nobody can touch him, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Nobody.
Like, and that's where, Paul Heyman said that himself. Your body may be giving out on you, and you may not be the best in this ring anymore, but you put the microphone in your hand, and you're still the greatest of all time.
I fear anybody that is in his way. If they don't know what they're about to say, they better know because he's gonna make you know. Like Cena will freaking crush you. Ask Roman. I'll never forget that promo, bro. Find it, big
Oh, I
dog.
know.
Find it.
I know, Joe. You love to talk about this promo so much.
If you're gonna be the big dog, you better know how to do it. So go ahead.
Yeah, and then he tells him, because you don't know how to do your job, that's why I'm still here.
I can do this part time better than you can ever do this full time. That was the end. That, bro.
Why are you sitting here laughing, bro?
Because the big dog was crushed at that time. Luckily, Roman came back a couple years and got good again, or better at least. But like,
Do you know what?
Cena
Do you know what
owned
made
his
him come back,
ass.
bro? Like, bro, do you know what made him come back from that?
Paul Heyman.
No. When he told the fans he had leukemia, and then he
Yeah,
got really
but
cheered. But then,
he
this
got
is what
booed.
ruined the big dog. He had finally got over after he tells the world I'm dealing with leukemia, and he comes back at WrestleMania 35, faces Drew McIntyre, wins, and then fucking I want to say it was the storyline with Baron Corbin, where Baron
Yeah.
Corbin dumps the dog food all over him, and he's tied up to the post. You
Yeah,
remember
that
that, Joe?
was. I have to remember that. Gosh.
That ruined the big dog like forever.
He even left
And
after
on
that.
Yeah, and when he came back, he was a heel. But the funny thing about that, before the 13-16, the last guy to beat Roman Reigns was Baron Corbin.
Crazy. That is freaking crazy, bro.
Mm.
That's
And
crazy.
like, bro, think about this. Think about most wrestlers' careers trying to come back from being handcuffed to the ring while you're getting like dog shit or dog food dumped all over you.
That's.
Oh, and do you
I
remember
don't.
the big dog mascot?
That was a horrible time of SmackDown.
You remember
Dolph
though, right?
Ziggler and Bobby Roode were like the sidekicks.
Yeah, and
Gosh.
fucking Kofi lost the title in 7 seconds.
Awful. I don't want to remember. I don't want to remember. You're bad
Oh, and then
time.
that one UFC fighter came for like a
Yeah,
brief
bad
minute.
time. Kane, I think his name was.
Cain Velasquez, and now he's
Yeah,
like in prison.
awful. This shit sucked. Awful
You,
times.
you know, no, now that I think about it, that's the last time I can really remember the Big Mac.
See, looking at stuff like this, as much as
How the
AEW
fuck
does
did
some
we,
bad, they don't do shit like this as bad. I'm sorry.
like, bro, how the fuck did we keep watching WWE after all this?
I don't know. Like, I,
And,
AEW has
and
its
you,
bad moments, but like, bro,
you
like,
know the thing I don't get though? Look at 2016, 2017 SmackDown Live.
good.
And then 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022.
Awful. And then 23 kind of got better. 4 kind of 25, not so much. It's
Like,
still
I could
bad.
honestly say the last good time for SmackDown was 2016,
Yeah.
2017.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like, ugh.
And, like, you
Ugh.
know something, Joe, that I wish I could be honest with you about?
What?
So, I thought Vince McMahon should have retired in 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
And that new era of WWE, when they first brought back the red and blue ropes and they first brought back the draft, Finn Balor had just came up to the main roster. I really think if Vince McMahon had retired and Triple H was doing what he was doing now, then Finn Balor's career never gets buried.
Probably. Hopefully. I don't know. You never know. You never really
Like, have
know.
you ever thought about that? Like,
I
look at
have.
Bobby Roode, for example. Shinsuke
Glorious.
Nakamura. They would have never been ruined.
It would have been
Like,
great, bro.
speaking of Chad Gable and Robert Roode, do you remember when they were a tag team?
Yes, American Alpha. One of my favorite teams, to be honest. With Jason Jordan.
I didn't say Jason Jordan. I said Bobby Roode and Chad Gable.
I like that, but I liked American Alpha.
Oh,
That
I
was
liked
real
American
NXT
Alpha
days.
too. So I never watched him in NXT. When I first
You
seen
should have.
American Alpha, it was during the 2016 draft. I wanted to get behind them, and then they fucked them up like really quickly.
That's what they do, bro. That's what they do with tag
Oh, and
teams.
did Jason Jordan became Kurt Angle's son?
Ask Enzo and Cass. I'll never forget
Dude,
seeing Enzo cry when Cass was about to hit him. Like, I felt so
WrestleMania
bad.
WrestleMania 33. They were so fucking over. And like a lot of people talk shit about Enzo and Cass, but they were so fucking over,
They
bro.
were.
And I wanted them to win the
Me
tag
too.
title ladder match. Now, obviously, the Hardy Boys came back that night. No one knew. It was a big surprise. And Enzo and Cass did not win that match. But had the Hardys not returned, bro,
They would have.
I promise you they would have won.
Yeah, I totally agree, brother.
But actually, looking back at that match, when the New Day come out to introduce the Hardys, and they go, actually, there's going to be one more team left in this match, and Kofi takes his hat off. I
thought it was
honestly, bro, I thought it was going to be the New Day.
Yeah, but it was the Hardy Boys at least, so that's at least good. I still would have went with Enzo and Cass, but it is what it is.
And then Joe, you were a big fan of this last year's WrestleMania, right?
The one that just happened.
Yeah.
What am I a fan of?
The pay-per-view.
Like of the whole
WrestleMania 41? Yeah, night 1 and night 2.
It had its good moments. I thought Cody winning was the best. No, wait. John Cena winning was the best. I'm taking the wrong year.
Well, the arena is going to be in WWE 2K25 tomorrow.
Damn, really?
Yeah, and I'm excited for that. And because honestly, even though I didn't like all of WrestleMania 41, the stage was fucking beautiful, bro.
I hate that they're going back. I really do.
Me too. They really fucked over New Orleans, bro.
But you'll get Money in the Bank, guys. It's all good. But
And they literally did that because of money.
Yeah, but I actually do have like 1% on this iPad, so I don't know if you want to call this.
All right. So please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and good night, everybody.